Hi, I'm Jessica Mullen. I'm a Senior Customer Success Manager here at Crossbeam. Thanks for joining my session, Best Practices for Sourcing Ecosystem Qualified Leads. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to surface ecosystem qualified leads for your team using Crossbeam reports, our Slack app, and our Chrome extension. You'll also hear some real-life examples from Thomas Flachet, Director of Partnerships at Botify. Now at Crossbeam, we're all about partnerships, so let me tell you about my favorite partnership that started when I was little, Calvin and Hobbes. I love them. They're my favorite partnership because they're best friends. I think they balance each other out really well. They make me laugh. And fun fact, my youngest daughter has a stuffed tiger named Tiggs who looks just like Hobbes, so I think it's perfect. All right, let's get started. In this session, we'll cover some best practices for sourcing EQLs and how to get them in the hands of your reps. Today, you'll learn how to define an EQL, empower your reps to surface EQLs in Chrome and Slack, identify your best EQLs in Crossbeam reports, and notify your reps of new EQLs. And remember, all of this assumes that you've completed your Crossbeam account setup, like connecting a data source, connecting with at least one partner, creating standard populations, and setting up your data sharing rules. And remember, to create reports in Crossbeam, your partners need to share data with you. Overlap counts are not enough. Let's jump into the first best practice. Define what an EQL means and make sure your team is aligned on this definition. So at Crossbeam, we define ecosystem qualified leads as net new leads that come directly from your partners in your ecosystem, typically through data sharing. You can get EQLs a few different ways. You can get them through direct referrals. For example, your partner introduces you to a key contact at a new account. Through data sharing, your partner could share a list of their customers with you within a partner ecosystem platform like Crossbeam, or by sending you a CSV file. And then reseller programs. Your partner sells your product for you on your behalf, requiring little or no resources from you. Through EQL, your partners can introduce you to new business, markets, verticals by funneling accounts into your pipeline that you hadn't considered targeting previously. They can also help you break into your top prospect accounts and help accelerate those into opportunities. The second best practice is to empower your reps to find EQLs. Your reps can surface potential EQLs in Chrome and in Slack. First, let me show you how to do this with our Chrome extension. Let's pretend I'm an SDR and I'm doing research on one of my target accounts, Attentive. I can search Attentive in Chrome, and Crossbeam's Chrome extension will notify me if there's an overlap with this account. I can click on Crossbeam's Chrome extension and see that this account, Attentive, overlaps with 3 of my partners, and all 3 partners have Attentive as a customer. Knowing this intel, I can personalize my outreach with our Better Together story with these partners to better increase my chances of breaking into this target account. That also increases your chance of building partner source pipeline. Now let's look at how to surface this data in Slack. Using Crossbeam's command /Crossbeam, I'm going to look up this account, Attentive. So in this example, I'm going to be Sarah and I'm an AE. So using this command, I can see that Attentive is in our prospects population and that it overlaps with 3 partners, Surfser, Halver, and Bizala. And all of those partners have Attentive as a customer, which is great. So now knowing this information, I could reach out to these partners. I could ask for some intel on this account. I could tailor my outreach to highlight our Better Together value prop to increase my chance of breaking into this account. Or better yet, I could ask one of these partners for a warm intro. The third best practice is to identify your best EQLs using Crossbeam reports. Let's hop into Crossbeam for this one. I'm going to show you how to create an EQL-focused report in our demo account called CrowdBlossom. Let's head to the Reports tab and create a report. First, let's give the report a name and select our population. Let's compare this to all partners, as I'd like to see the accounts that overlap with multiple partners. When you select partners, you have to select the populations. Since I'm looking to break into these accounts, I want to focus on the partners that have these accounts as customers, as that'll give me a great chance of leveraging their relationship to break into these target accounts. Now I have a report of 235 companies that are prospects of ours, but customers of my partners. I can click the Overlaps With column here to sort this report to see which accounts overlap with multiple partners. Now I can tell that Imparity and Attentive both overlap with 3 partners, which is great. When partners are sharing AE information with you, by default, we'll bring that into your report as a column. But to further enrich your knowledge of these overlapping accounts, click Configure Columns. You could bring in data from the Crossbeam side. Maybe you want to bring in your population name and your partner population name. You could bring in your data. So your source of truth, the fields that you're syncing into Crossbeam, can be selected here to be brought into your report as a column. You are not sharing this data with partners. You're simply using it for your own knowledge in this report. Data that partners are sharing with you, however, can be brought into this report here by simply clicking a field and adding it as a column. In this example, I'm just going to keep the region from Crowd Blossom. You can also drag to rearrange these columns in your report. Now when I hit save, I'll be able to see that region field front and center. If I'd like to become more focused on this report and drill down in a particular region, I could select this field, and I can focus on the EMEA region. Now I've reduced the report to 62 companies. I'm becoming more strategic about which prospect accounts I'm looking to break into. Let's take it a step further. Say I'm meeting with a rep, and we'd like to focus on Tracy. I could select Tracy in this report and run this report here with Tracy's name in the EMEA region. I now have 11 companies that are results. Now, when I meet with Tracy, we know when we speak to these partners next, the accounts that we can go after and ask for contacts, key decision makers. Maybe they want to shed some light on the procurement process, anything that they could help us do to help us break into this account. Once I have the report configured just as I want it, I can save this report. You've found these EQLs, but now what? That brings us to our fourth best practice: notify your reps of new EQLs. Remember, these EQLs have the potential to become partner source deals. So let's keep these EQLs top of mind for reps by setting up report notifications. This way, you and your team can get alerted when new overlaps emerge in a report. Let's click on this bell for the report I just created. Here I can see two different types of notification settings. One is through email. I'm going to add my email in here to be alerted of new overlaps. And the second is alerting through a Slack notification. Here I'm selecting our Slack channel, Ecosystem Qualified Leads. And once I hit save, when new overlaps emerge, let's take a look at what that looks like in Slack. Here I can see there's two new overlaps in that report, EQL All Partners. There's Amperity and Attentive. You could see here for Crowd Blossom, we have them as a prospect, and these three partners have them as a customer. So right away I can be alerted, great, this is my target account. I know that it overlaps with these three partners and they have them as a customer. Perfect opportunity to ask for some intel, possibly ask for a warm introduction, anything that these partners would be willing to do to help me break into these accounts. Let's talk about how our customer Gorgeous uses Slack notifications to streamline collaboration and drive more partner influence deals. I'll share two examples with you on how they do just that. Example number one, to streamline collaboration, Gorgeous has Slack Connect channels with some of their most engaged partners. Each channel gets notified when new overlaps occur in Crossbeam reports, and AEs are instantly alerted with Slack mentions. These Slack mentions have made their AEs way more proactive about seeking influence from partners on bigger deals. The second example is how they drive partner influence deals. Gorgeous has a Crossbeam report that compares their open opportunities to all partner customers, and they send report notifications to an internal Slack channel called Crossbeam Partner Influence. Every time Gorgeous has a deal that's in one of its two highest pricing plans, reps are notified in the channel and can see which partners are tied to that deal. This way, reps can work with those partners to get intel on the account or ask their partners to put a good word in on their behalf. Using this process, Gorgeous is seeing a 50% close rate on partner influence deals. Now let's hear how Thomas Flachet is sourcing EQLs for his team.
We had a chat with Thomas Flachet to understand how he's using Crossbeam at Botify. Introduce yourself, Thomas.
Hey everyone, I'm Thomas Flachet. I'm a Director of Partnership at Botify.
In the spirit of Crossbeam, we'd like to know, what is your favorite partnership?
My favorite partnership is cheese and wine. As you can tell, I'm French, and we love our cheese, and we love our wine as well.
Tell us about your role at Botify.
I'm the Director of Partnership at Botify, and more specifically, tech partnerships. And so I manage our integration and as well as some of our alliance partnership in the US.
How are you identifying ecosystem qualified leads?
When I do that, I first look at our open ops and how they map to our partners' customers using Crossbeam reports. That is my first step. And then I usually look also at the opposite, meaning our customers and the partners' open ops, because I always want to make sure I look at both so that I can come to my monthly meeting with my partner, making sure that I can bring something to the table as much as I'm asking something. Another way we surface EQLs is through automation. I have two examples here of Slack messages that we send as soon as an opportunity is created. That's to make sure that they can sync together. Now that they have this information, they can talk to each other and see what's the best path forward.
What reports are you building to identify ecosystem qualified leads?
So we translated the data into dashboard in Salesforce, redoing the tile that you have in Crossbeam. And I have here an example of those dashboard. The AEs and BDR can see the number of accounts that overlaps with a specific partner. We also show that data per tier and per intent so that they have a better understanding of the potential of partners within their book. The other thing that we do is showing to the exec team, but also to the entire marketing team, the impact of partner in the revenue. And I have another example of a dashboard here where basically what we're trying to do is showing the ACV, showing the conversion rates and how we compare to conversion rates when there is no partner involved. And something new that we've done with this dashboard is showing also the potential of partners. Basically, what we do is we look at our entire TAM, and we sum the average ACV per tier for that TAM. And so this gives us the partner TAM, like a big number of how much we could sign if we would sign 100% of our TAM in Salesforce.
Thanks for dropping by, Thomas. Anything you'd like to add?
Thank you, everyone. If you have any question, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, and have a great rest of your day.
That was awesome. Thanks, Thomas. Well, there you have it. That's a wrap for best practices for sourcing ecosystem qualified leads. As a recap, we covered best practices for defining an EQL, empowering your reps to surface EQLs in Chrome and Slack, identifying your best EQLs in reports, notifying your reps of new EQLs, and we heard some real-life examples from Thomas Flachet at Botify. Go get those EQLs. Bye.